are going to take a run back, Jason. Maybe map 2, yeah, we're going to be seeing all of that. But yeah, when we look at Overpass coming up first, you know, Guild Eagles coming into this event didn't have the greatest run of results at the event so far, right? The opening game looked pretty touch and go for them versus Mouse. I thought they were actually in a position to win that. The comeback came against them. And then the rest of the tournament, they did not look like the Guild Eagles that were going to be able to get through the RMR. It didn't look like it.
And the Guild Eagles team that we know, like over the past few RMRs, has caused like massive upsets, right? Like they've always had like, whether it's at the RMR, at the Major, they've always had like that one big upset over one of like the top 3 teams, or a close match against the top 3. In Paris, it was against FaZe. Rio is against FaZe. They've got a long history of causing disruption in the RMR process, and we haven't seen that yet. So let's see how deep of a run they can make it in this LCQ. BetBoom on the other side, and Nafany is trying to qualify for the Major, where his former teammates have already done so.
Yeah, Rigon, boom, out of there. Zorte with a big shot. Siren fighting back, and it's chaos in middle, but it's coming out BetBoom at the moment. They're going to be heading their way through middle with a bomb on their back, poised for the attack into the A bomb site, and Zorte knew he would get juanflatroo sticking around. And that P250 is devastating. Insta-goosh on Scenery. He's left on 25 health. They're just running him down, and that's a speedy pistol.
Yeah, stuck into it right out of the gate. So maybe Overpass still has a little bit of life in it. That's nicely done, managing all those fights, managing the aggression from BetBoom. And a good 1-0 start on the T side of Overpass.
Yeah, we've seen Overpass against Ecstatic for the Guild Eagles. The reason they're here in the last chance to qualify, lost it 13-5. So looking at BetBoom being relatively comfortable on map 1, you would imagine. And that's a good start.
Well, their pick, it could be some comfort for themselves, and obviously they saw that result as well, and probably looking at this as potential weakness that they can exploit from Guild Eagles.
And P9 for Synopsy. It's the 4-spy across the board. 5-7s and Deagles. Guild Eagles go for the second round force. Will it pay off? We'll have to wait and see. A little bit of typing there for Synopsy. Hopefully not a tech issue. Well, with team chat. Synopsy's just chilling in the bathrooms. Nafany coming closer and closer. He's got plenty of teammates in behind him, and Synopsy's the only A player.
It's about when he gets the information. He hasn't spotted anything just yet, unfortunately. So now going to back around, and Nafany hears this. Yeah, Nafany's like, I don't need to do anything about utility. I just heard a footstep. Let's get ruthless. Let's get aggressive. And Nafany, he loves taking opening duels in this lineup. He takes a ton of them for this team. He's got a victory here in round 2, and that's going to be a save call for the rest of Guild Eagles.
Yeah, unlikely to make anything happen on a retake, so at least have something to play with into the next round. But 2-0 start for BetBoom, and Nafany's story is certainly an interesting one. You know, he comes from the days of the Gambit youngsters into Gambit, then the Cloud9 side. He stuck together with that same squad of players through thick and thin. They rose up together. They fell together multiple times, but there came a certain point where the results weren't good enough when you have the expectations on your shoulders and you're playing against, playing under the organization of Cloud9, and Nafany was deemed not worthy.
Yeah, it's an interesting comparison to draw with the game we just saw, with the Astralis getting eliminated as well. So, yeah, Nafany just trying to find a way to get back into the Major and trying to find a new team with which he can build up again, much like he did with that Gambit team from the early days. He's got him off to a good start. Clears his throat.
Glad we heard that one.
Yeah, clears his throat, and now we're ready to go.
Yeah, it sounded guttural. Maniac saying on the desk that the mentality of the Guild Eagles will be able to pull them through here. And you look at the experience on some of these guys who have made it through RMR after RMR to the Majors.
I mean, Siren and Zorte are really, really good as well. I like those players when from like an individual skill standpoint.
Sure.
Very, very strong.
Zorte can have a very good Paris Major. Didn't really have the team to go too deep in it, but certainly got a lot of eyes on him. CS2 hasn't been massively kind to him.
Seems to be a trend.
Yeah, with offers.
There's a few players that have not had a great time in CS2.
It feels like one of the only offers that's really kept the same level or even got slightly better is Monacy. Nafany cuts through Rigon.
Another opening for Nafany.
Yeah, just keep track of that. Gets the pistols this time. Walking through monsters. Siren at the front of the charge. Danist just in behind him. Started to pump into this B-bomb site. Siren looking to engage in battle.
They've got a lot of safety there, though. Siren does swing and get one. GXX coming up. Ooh, ooh. Oh, they're on the same team. It's me. It's me who's
okay,
lost.
Jason?
Oh my God, it's me.
You okay?
It's my brain that's broken.
Jason?
Maybe I need a nap.
The Astralis did take it out of everybody.
Yeah, it's done something. Well, GXX is going to find an opponent, and he easily takes down that kill, and now there's some danger. Now this is a little awkward into a one-on-one. Kyron's going to step forward into the fight. Advantage with the AK, but can't land the shots.
That's incredible coming in for Guild Eagles on the pistols. And as usual, the Guild Eagles will be very loud. That is kind of their feature, and obviously winning around like that's a massive celebration. And I think that's exactly what we're expecting in this series, isn't it? It's just, well, it should go this way. It should be nice and easy 3-0 here against pistols. You get the opening kill, but nope, there's always a way to battle back. There's always a way to stay competitive, and the Guild Eagles come swooping through with the 5-7s.
And the fun thing about Guild Eagles is they are that team that you just said they'll get loud. They get hyped up. They build momentum by building their energy off those round wins. So the more they win, the stronger they're going to get, and they'll keep coming right at you. They won't shy away from a fight. Kyron going to try and step up and get an opening kill where he lost the clutch. He wants to make it right back.
Oh, Nafany spamming down. He's dead early. Opening engagement goes against him. Danis steps up in his stead. 4v4 established, and this is a quick round. It's all over the place in scenario. Oh, he's looking to be a little cheeky inside of the smoke, but he's only got the USP. He couldn't go for the reload, otherwise it would reveal his position, so blocking each other inside of the smoke, it's absolute chaos here. Scenari gets away with one extra, and GXX up against Zorte.
There's a minute to play with. How does Zorte want to do it? He's going to pause and wait. Going to stick at this B bomb site and try and exploit the fact that GXX wants to have information. He's peeking with an op. Oh, the timing.
Oh, the timing. GXX, he's got the angle. Zorte is dead to rights. It's a kill for GXX. Ties it up 2-2. And that was absolute pandemonium through the monster smoke. I love it.
That's actually a tough execute to hold on to. Remember, Kyron's challenging from sandbags, and it pulls the attention of both defenders, which is exactly when BetBoom pounced. That could have gone the other direction very easily, but back-to-back clutches, back-to-back 1v1s won by Guild Eagles.
Danis, did he just take team damage? Yes, he did. Okay. Damage him up, send him in. See if he can be the battering ram on the Tech 9. Danis again takes damage, but he's 3 health. Turns out he's unstoppable. Rigon, ooh, sneaky beaky like inside of the smoke yet again. He could get in behind them. This could be perfect for the M4 up against pistols. Oh god, it's not perfect. It's anything but he'll take 2. Danis still alive somehow. Dead now, of course. GXX. Well, that op in the bathrooms.
And no confidence in stepping forward into the next fight either.
What the hell?
Nafany's just going to chuck away the M4. He knows he's got no chance at winning this. Just Glock in hand, and already the SMG's pushing him. Thank God he got rid of it when he did.
How has he got another kill from this? How is Nafany still alive?
I don't know.
Questions.
Get it.
Of answers, and juanflatroo flicks that headshot. This game is giving us exactly what we wanted.
Yeah, exactly what it was promised is being delivered in these first 5 rounds.
Just straight up hitting each other in the smoke. Just getting into the mix of rifles against Glocks. This is completely different to the series we just watched previously. Full of life, full of energy, full of excitement, full of hope.
Guns are back out for BetBoom. They've got the op on Zorte as well.
Zorte on the big green. He's gonna go for a little peek out mid. Smoke is up. Oh, they go for a boost behind it. GXX, aggressive long. juanflatroo is taking short control for Guild Eagles on the CT side, but it's all about this play forward for GXX. Is he going to be able to make it work here? Zorte, ooh, is considering it, but he peeks into the op, and GXX walks away with the opening for Guild Eagles.
It took a long time to anyone get into position to be able to stop that push or hold him pinned down. Rigon next up, and Khan, his head's been spotted. He knows it, still wants to challenge for the fight, but Nafany's going to back away. And now they want to double up on Danis through the open door and down the stairs, but he disappears as well, so Guild Eagles call off the aggression and back away to rejig the defense. 5-on-4 in the favor of Guild Eagles.
Oh, GXX, quick reactions to turn away from that flashbang, and it isn't going to scare him, it isn't going to discourage him. He will stay committed to the same angle he held once before.
And he's got 2 defenders here as well.
Oh yes, he's got his blind side cover, Bison, Obsi. No, No kill on Nafany, despite Synopsy looking like it was a sure thing. Rigon moving into position now from long bathrooms. Chiron about to walk in. Free kill for Rigon.
Yeah, that's just a lost detail. Chiron didn't even realize that this was never cleared out. Nobody actually had eyes on it, nobody watching it. Nafany did a great job solo of kind of pushing bathrooms about as far as he could on his own and forcing back the defense, but there's 15 seconds left and BetBoom's going to just have to save.
A tough round here for BetBoom to have to stomach. You don't get close enough to the bomb site. A couple of free kills go Guild Eagles' way without being traded. No chance for a trade. And 4-2 now on the CT side for Guild Eagles. They're one away from getting the same amount of rounds they had versus Ecstatic in that deciding game at the end of the regular stage of the EU RMR. Interesting dynamic inside of the Guild Eagles team, obviously communicating in their native tongue, but they have Devilwalk sitting behind them as a coach that will communicate with them in English. You can't keep track of exactly what they're saying, but over the times, you know, from speaking to him, he says he can understand a little bit and knows when they're not communicating enough, and that was a problem that he tried to fix early doors.
Yeah, Devilwalk, he major champion of the very first CSGO major back at the end of 2013, came in to coach this team, and he did it for no pay for quite some time within this team. He just kind of did it to try and get these guys back to the major over and over again. And yeah, that's kind of the conversation I've had with them as well. I don't know what they're saying. I know when they're not talking. I can start to pick up a few words here and there, but most of his work obviously occurs before the game begins.
Yeah, they had a little boot camp before this event too. Obviously, an organization supporting them this time around at the RMRs for the first time. They find themselves here in the last chance qualifier. Last RMRs, they beat FaZe Clan on their path to Paris. And speaking to Devilwalk after he qualified in an interview, it was quite emotional because obviously he made that first CSGO major, he won it, and then he attended the last CSGO major as a coach and stood behind a team that he's become very fond of. And I think the Guild Eagles guys, you know, it is kind of like a brotherhood, this team that have stuck together, had so many sacrifices they had to make to be here originally, and obviously with the sticker money and making it to the major or prize fund, etc., they've been able to be self-sufficient for many years.
Yeah, they have a very cool story, especially with some of the upsets and chaos that they've called in these processes in the past. Trying to build upon that story here and trying to continue taking one step forward.
Another Swiss player possibly going to the major. Maniac, I'm sure his heart will be warmed at that.
This looks like this has tech issue written all over it.
Yeah, this isn't a standard setup.
No.
It's not a standard Counter-Strike. We thought it was fixed, but the problem still stands, so we'll get that resolved. Get back into the action because it's a very exciting game so far. Just absolute chaos all over the place.
There's one more game later on today for the RMR last chance qualifier. That's going to be Fnatic taking on Gamer Legion.
The #1 seed, Fnatic, here in the last chance qualifier.
Big game. If Fnatic wins that, they move into the, I guess we'll call it the upper bracket. They only have to play one game tomorrow to try and qualify for the major.
Well, that's very fortunate for Fnatic, isn't it? Gamer Legion versus Fnatic. That's a tough game.
Unless they lose today, in which case, I don't know who's next.
Not Astralis.
It's all, yeah, not Astralis. Way to drive that dagger a little bit deeper.
Well, you know, while it's there, while the opportunity's there.
Round 7. I can read. Flashbang is out. This time, no aggression from Guild Eagles towards middle.
Impressive, Jason. It's small text, so don't beat yourself up. Zorte's op hasn't really been able to get going just yet. But in a round like this, when you've got some weaker weapons across the board, perhaps that is the key to unlock this round. Gap in that smoke. Not a pretty one for Rigon. He's going to drop away, play safely from the bomb site itself instead.
No, I imagine Chiron and BetBoom are like, what is this smoke?
Interesting. Is anybody inside of this smoke?
Yeah, they'll be like, thank you for this. We will gladly walk around it. And actually, they're not really making any secret of it.
It's not a good round yet.
caught in transition. They know there's one long, and there's actually two.
Not pretty from Guild Eagles. Kind of awkward. They swing out, Synopsy dies instantly, but they're not checking for Rigon. They're not expecting the second player, and that will be their mistake that'll cost them 2 lives. GXX from Bank nails a shot right through the box, and Zorte and Siren left in a 2v3. And it doesn't feel like the weapon for the job, so Zorte switches to the M4 instead.
Well, the problem is his teammate is so far away. Siren is just now coming up towards bathrooms, and the bomb still hasn't gone down. A boost is going to come in as well. So they spot 2 at headshot. They have to know 1 bank, but it just doesn't matter. Aggressive swing from Guild Eagles, and they've got Siren on the back foot.
Yeah, he's still going to be chilling back here. Good shot. GXX was on the angle, expecting the AWP to be better in that position, but it has offered that one headshot to Siren. 2 more to collect. juanflatroo and Scenario in the limited time certainly is going to force Siren into the fight, and he will lose it against juanflatroo.
Yeah, that second player at long. I give credit not even to the second player. The first player, Synopsy, who got caught on the initial cross towards long, realizes the only way to get out of that disadvantaged situation is to swing and die, is to not let them wrap and swing on long from the bomb site, because then they see both players. Then you can't turn that into a trap. So the fact that he just commits with a flashbang to swing an initial fight, even though he goes down, it set his teammate up to get that perfect double kill to help pull the round back in their favor. Timeout called from BetBoom. Things have started going south.
Very fast, in fact. It's free-falling. Conversations to be had inside of the BetBoom squad. Zorte very vocal at the moment. It's on Nafny, the pressure for him to figure out the calls. Devil Walk sits back in his jet. Not having to stand up just yet. There's good shots from Dennis, but it's just the mistake of not checking for Rigon, not expecting the second player at long.
Yeah, it's not even, I don't even know if I call it a mistake. It's just like you just don't expect there to be a second player, and I mean, you haven't really cleared the bomb site. Like, if they get into that bomb site, someone checks long at some point, right? But they were still in the process of taking the bomb site. This has tech issue all over it as well.
Yes, indeed it does.
Yeah, so we're going to get another pause in the action.
Big quick restarts, though. So we'll get back into that very, very shortly. I'm sure the Counter-Strike community is still in shell shock after that last game. It's kind of hard to believe Astralis lost to 9 Pandas in the fashion that they did. Not going to be at the Copenhagen Major. Feels like the least amount of Danes in a very long time at a Danish major.
Certainly has been.
At least Ecstatic got through over the Guild Eagles.
#1 Danish team.
That's true. It is true.
It is weird, is what it is.
So this tech issue, hopefully get that resolved for you guys at home very quickly. And we'll continue this action. Today's about to be a day of heartbreak. Not so much celebration just yet. It'll come tomorrow for one. The last chance qualifier is brutal because it's like you just get given this last hurrah of hope and only one team makes it through.
Yeah, but at least they get that last chance.
Exactly.
North American teams only get 3 chances.
Well, that's too many chances, Jason.
You know, there's 1 extra chance for European teams.
True.
Compared to the other regions.
Well, we'll see how the North American RMR goes. Team Liquid dropped a map last night to Party Astronauts.
I'm not worried.
Not worried yet.
I'm not worried at all.
We'll see how things go down when they touch down in Monterey March 1st.
That's a super team that is going to work.
Yeah, I believe. Rigon in connector, committed, good angle. Oh, not so much good on the M4 though. Zorte gets underneath him and blows his head right off.
Yeah, no fear. Rigon might have thought there was going to be a Molotov, a flashbang, something, clear out some corners, but Zorte just slides right into it. So middle of the map is taken over by BetBoom. 3 defenders at the A bomb site right now, and juanflatroo's like, I don't want to be stuck in the bomb site if they exact right now, because they have access to short. I'm surprised we're not seeing more movement from the Guild Eagles side, to be honest with you.
We're not seeing enough movement.
They're still considering this A bomb site until that nade explodes, and Synopsy pushing forward. However, if he goes down, they're in some trouble. So where does he park himself? Tucks into the corner. And waits for the next move from BetBoom.
I don't think he's going to like it if Kyra walks out through toilets. Zorte, though, that might be a different story. Synopsy's pulled into both positions. Fortunate to actually get away with one that looked like the worst case scenario to lose his life without a kill was about to happen.
Guild Eagles is in trouble. That smoke could pull an extra rotation. Deep flashbang, but Scenario's already considering falling back. No, he's going to stick there.
Now he's
now they know it's coming.
Yep, so he drops down into the site. There's a flash to try and disrupt this attack through monsters. Actually held them back and slowed them down. And Scenario's now ready with juanflatroo up towards Graffiti. Oh, they paint them up. They look good so far. juanflatroo and GXX looking to close, and the in-game leader of Nafny. He couldn't get the Deagle to do its job. And it's Guild Eagles now up 6-2.
Yeah, and juanflatroo took a dink. That was actually very dangerous. If those deagle shots all connect and he takes down GXX, he's got a very favorable 1v1. 6-2. Guild Eagles survive a 4v5. Do a good job moving around the map and standing tall at the B-bomb site. BetBoom back to the weapons. This is their map pick of Overpass, and they are down by 4.
Not a pretty start. They'll have to do a lot of the comeback on the CT side if this continues. But they also need to do enough on the T side to give themselves that chance. Scenario making no secret about his position, and Zorte trying to take him down through the smoke. It's ambitious, it's optimistic, and ooh, if he pulled the trigger just a second before, it was likely to be the kill on GXX.
Yeah, he's had some unfortunate timing so far in this game. That one might have been very, very nice to find. Deep utility. Yeah, this is an aggressive push. Dennis has to know it's coming and can't handle the fight.
Dude, playing Guild Eagles must be so frustrating. You're just getting pushed in connector that hard. You're just trying to chill out. You're trying to have a default here.
Yeah, you're trying to, I mean, that position is generally from the T side very, very passive. Not a whole lot of engagements in that position until you get towards stairs. You're just meant to like gather intel. If anyone's pushing downstairs, if doors blown open, if anyone's pushing in towards short. And now Regon is pushed up as well. Nafany won't believe that. And so quickly before BetBoom can do anything, they've got a 2-man disadvantage.
Last spotted in connector, repositions, deep mid.
And Chiron went towards long. This is awkward.
Oh, Synopsy's ready.
He hears that. Yeah, good swing.
Yeah, Chiron making a lot of steps solo. I think BetBoom are just so confused right now. They don't actually know what to do. They're just picked apart. They don't know what part of the map they've lost. There could be a flank. In fact, there is. And Zorte hears that. Can't deal with it. What? Okay, Regon.
Damn.
What a round.
Yeah. You start feeling real awkward right now if you're BetBoom. You haven't gotten able to run anything. This is your first gun right. You just saved in the last round.
Siren finally stops the menace of Regon. And Siren will fall to Synopsy instead. The fights that we've seen in this round, you don't often see fights go down in those areas.
No, but it's cool from Guild Eagles in the sense that, I mean, BetBoom hasn't stopped it yet. That's one problem. But also, like, look, if you're BetBoom, you can't run any tactics. they're in your face everywhere on the map.
It's very disruptive.
Yeah, and I mean, we all know what it feels like to play in a game where like 2 of your teammates are dying in the first 30 seconds, and 3 on 5, and the last 3 players are just like, okay, well, like I guess I kind of have to search for a kill somewhere, and then, you know, it's all you have to overextend to try and equalize the scoreline.
That often leads to more disappointing results.
And spreading out into a default isn't working for BetBoom, so they're sending all 5 players to the B bomb site. They want to take some control and then pull the trigger on an exec.
Yeah, stick together. Mob mentality. Maybe they can overrun this B bomb site defense, but good utility to block it early for Guild Eagles. They're going to send themselves through with a flash. Zorte puts it over the top. Synopsy is playing anti-flash and a double headshot. Nafany and Danis go down. juanflatroo covers off that short exposure. And Siren and Zorte once again in an impossible position.
Yeah, BetBoom has been put on the back foot. Nothing's working for him. Defaults don't work. This execute gets absolutely battered and shut down at that B bomb site. Good positioning from Guild Eagles early on. Good utility to slow down the pace and then get comfortable. Siren does win a fight, but he's brought down to 13 HP. Still recoverable. Although Siren ain't going to get away. Maybe he will.
Oh, somehow he does, and he closes the door behind him. He's got manners, he's a gentleman, and he's going to be running up towards long to try and join his teammates. Zorte's the bomb carrier, and this fight, oh, it's so important for the round, and Regon loses it. So now a 2v2 set up, and steps in the connector being hurt out here by Siren. He might have made the perfect move, but juanflatroo considers it. And as the steps from Siren go backwards, it's a kill for juanflatroo, who will now reposition all the way through the B bomb site. He's going to go the long way around, and GXX, he goes in for the 1v1 fight and even stops the bomb plant. Oh, Guild Eagles, they bring a little craziness to the server, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that make me like holy hell.
Dude, if you lose that 1v1, your teammate is so far away.
He's back at the B bomb site, and you're coming through a smoke. That could have been a fake tap, but fair play. He does win it, so I guess none of that matters. First time out used for BetBoom.
I haven't seen the bomb go boom too many times, though.
I mean, they haven't really had access to anything since, what, the second round? It's been, the BetBoom wins the pistol the second round, and it's been all Guild Eagles from there. quite a streak that they're on.
You're talking about the Nafny opening duels earlier in the half. Well, it's kind of stalled out, hasn't it?
Yeah, those are the only two that he only won two. We won 2 of them early.
They are winning quite a few opening fights. Like across the board, it's pretty even on opening duels. It's just not even on rounds. Guild Eagles able to recover some deficits.
You mentioned we hadn't seen the bomb go boom in a long time. Well, they haven't even planted the bomb in the past 7 rounds of play.
Even that last round, it was damn close to a bomb plant. Got denied by GXX. We'll watch that again. And you see Zorte hears those steps and just wonders, why? Why are you pushing me? But Mac 10s, Tech 9s, that's what BetBoom have to play with. Regon, aggression. He needs to be careful, he can't get away. He has to stand and fight, and he knows that, and he doesn't win a single fight. He will go down to the Mac 10 of Danists, and the run is coming up. Hey, it's fast call here. GXX spotted towards long, needs to scope up, misses the shot, and now hoping that rotation is coming in time. GXX destroyed, and the Tech 9s have finally broken through, but is it going to be enough? It certainly looks like it. Bomb is going down for the first time in 7 rounds. Chiron locks it in.
I don't know if you should be going for this. It might be time to back off. He's sticking around inside the smoke. They know he's there. Easy kill. Guild Eagles just beat by timing that round. Regon pushing up to throw a nade. Realizes he can't get away. He's got to stand and fight. GXX with the AWP. Throws a deep Molotov that all of BetBoom has already passed. He goes for a peek, and they're closer than he expects when they swing on him at long. Just defeated by the pacing, and BetBoom changed their style completely in these last couple rounds.
Terrorists win.
1 round left in this half. BetBoom's best case scenario is 4 at the half, and you can work with that. You mentioned having to do the work on the CT side. You at least want to give yourself a little bit of buffer so that the game isn't over if you lose the pistol round. But 9-3, a real possibility for Guild Eagles because they have money and they get a very good buy into the last round of the first half. So all out for GXX, M4s across the rest. BetBoom finally returns to a solid purchase with rifles on every player. Interested to see what Regon does. He did get caught by timing in the previous round, but it's more of an attack towards B from BetBoom. Eyes on short. Chiron's already up here.
But you can see they're trying to position themselves aggressively to beat any of the pushes from the CT side. Danis has taken a lot of damage over in Con, and here comes Chiron, gonna pull the trigger. juanflatroo goes down inside the smoke, and Chiron pounces. Oh, and he gets another one. That's Siren swinging into the site. And right at the end, BetBoom found a recipe to scrape a couple rounds together.
And it's Nafny back to those opening duels. He wins one in this round. They follow up into the B hit. GXX and Regon must attempt it, despite it being a very low percentage chance of a retake. In fact, some would say impossible. I'd be inclined to agree with them. Last round of the half will take on. Time on that bomb running short, fused, thinning out. Regon sending bullets through Monster. They know exactly where he is. BetBoom just sitting back, waiting for that 4th round to be added. And we'll focus out for the second half of this. An exciting half of Counter-Strike delivered to us by Guild Eagles on the CT side. 8-4, they will have the lead. And now they switch to the T side.
Good job, though, from BetBoom. They get the first 2 of the half and the last 2 of the half. I mean, not a great job, but a good job getting those 2 to give themselves some room to work with as we switch sides. See what kind of a defense they can muster up, because you thought the CT side was aggressive from Guild Eagles. The T side is going to be just as in your face,
if not more. And that is an exciting prospect.
They have this team has no doubt when a call is made to push through a smoke to attack a choke point. There is no hesitation.
Just follow each other into battle.
Last details being worked out by both teams on how this half is going to play out, how they want to address this pistol round especially. Everyone making sure they're on the same page. Every game in the LCQ is another chance for elimination, so making sure that you and your teammates are doing the same thing, know what's happening, is critical. Zorte is going to spot a couple bodies jumping across by Fountain and going to back away deep to the A bomb site.
A very slow pistol from Guild Eagles. They're just getting ever closer to that A-bomb site with one lurk over on the other side of the map of Synopsy.
Yeah, if things go south at A, depending on this map control, though, it doesn't seem like they're pushing too far. They're already rotating back to them. However, there is Synopsy, and there is Regon out towards long A, now in bathroom. So they kind of have these lurkers on the extremity that can pounce when they have the moment. It'll be on Regon to find kind of his timing to make a play over towards the other side of the map, whether it's cutting off rotations or whether it's challenging the A bomb site if the B hit gets stopped.
Scenario has a smoke and flash at the ready. Regon fighting towards A, trying to draw some attention towards him. And now the B pop comes in. 6 shot from juanflatroo. That opens up the B attack instantly. And Siren has to drop back and use a bit more cover. The dual Beretta is unable to unleash. And it's just perfect from Guild Eagles. They get through the bomb site. The pistol round is executed to perfection. So now it's just hunting down the final few players.
Having a good time. Everyone having a good time. And BetBoom just could not find a way to get any kind of a decent fight. Everyone fell one by one, even at that B bomb site where there were 3 players. Instant kill on the first player coming out of Monster, so he couldn't fall back and lure them into a trap. And Nafany doesn't look super pleased.
Yeah, BetBoom did not look too happy.
It's been a rough game for them. They went a long time in that first half not winning a round. 8 rounds in a row for Guild Eagles at one point.
And a tech issue, just to sit in silence and a little over, but the mouth seemed to be open again. A little bit of chat going on inside of the BetBoom camp. USP's out for BetBoom. No opportunity after getting dismantled in the pistol round. They know they want to try and pull this comeback with a buy round. They want their best opportunity to get the rifles out as early as possible. Guild Eagles now looking at 10 rounds. There's a stack that many people call Astralis around that corner. Just waiting. They're hoping that they round the corner.
As if everything comes back to Astralis.
All roads lead to Astralis.
Yeah, every ending is Astralis. Nope, and it works.
Oh,
it
my
works
God.
really well.
Oh!
Really well.
How have they done that? Guild Eagles walk right into the trap. One of the oldest tricks in the book. And it works perfectly here. Guild Eagles stopped by USPs until Regon steps up. Ravages the pistols as they come down through connector.
Yeah, he's done his job. Regon got his. It's all on Scenario now.
Plants the bomb safely, dodges the bullets to the smoke. But the problem is for Scenario, they actually have better weapons than him now. He's only got a Galil, they've got AKs.
I like this though, because he planted left side pillar, so he's found some safety. Oh, big risk. There's no kit. Actually, it's not that big of a risk. There's no kit.
He also is just taking a moment to breathe. Takes his hand off the mouse, gets towards heaven, and resets mentally to close out this 1v2.
That smoke is painful, though.
Smoke is very painful, but he knows that Chiron's not on it. Now spamming the defuse swing. In! Oh, Scenario! What a recovery! Scenario steps up with a Galil. Regon gets a triple in connector. And the USPs nearly devastate the Guild Eagles, but they've got fight in them.
What a transfer with that Galil. That's a full committed spray at long range and a transfer over. Yeah, that's a shock to juanflatroo and GXX. Shout out to Regon, man. He needed 3 kills here. He needed to get 3, and he does. The transfer over on Adanus is a low HP player, so that helps out a lot. But this is beautiful. Scenario thinks the defuse is being stuck, and just a perfect transfer. Not easy to handle.
Great control with a Galil. And now 10-4 Guild Eagles at double figure. Should have been an easier pathway here, but they did have to fight for it in the last round. And now BetBoom, this is what they've been waiting for. Finally getting rifles out on the CT side. Because of the damage inflicted, you can see Synopsy goes to a Mac 10, Galil out for GXX. Scenario's allowed the upgrade into the AK. He earned it. Regon creating space, pushing through middle. Chiron's back is turned, no steps yet to draw his attention into the toilets, but he has got Siren watching for him, and this is a heavy setup. Rigon gets out of it alive for just a second. Zorte takes him out, and so many players spotted now. So many players detected for Guild Eagles. And a 3v3, they break apart two of them inside the toilets, and now they can reset with just under a minute left.
That's not bad at all for Guild Eagles to go 2 for 2 in that exchange. 3 players at that point of attack, front bathroom, so they have no progress there. Smoke just goes down in Monster. Nafany feels safe for the moment, but he's going to start calling for a teammate pretty soon, and that's going to have to be Dennis. And he's missing his timing to pull over. juanflatroo will be an easy first, but can Nafany double up?
Oh, the FAMAS not good enough. Nafany can't control it, and GXX with an effective trade. Utility goes into the bomb site, gives them cover to plant that bomb, and Dennis doesn't see them overextend. Guild Eagles do not make the mistake to give BetBoom a chance into this retake yet. GXX begins his fight, confirms the position of Dennis, and now Zorte making his way quickly through short, trying to gain some space here for this retake on BetBoom's side of things, but with Heaven falling, Zorte has to run away. He cannot compete. Guild Eagles will push forward to 11 rounds, and it's looking like Overpass is going to be a one-way street.
Yeah, man, I felt like, I think BetBoom might have missed a rotation. They obviously felt like that push towards the A bomb site was going to keep coming, but there was still an aggressive player in bathrooms. Zorte was like halfway up. I feel like Dennis could have rotated a little bit earlier, but they never got that read. They never got that moment where it clicked in that the A bomb site was quiet, that Nafany was about to be in trouble. Yeah, yell at your boy.
Watching Guild Eagles win rounds is always a really fun, wholesome experience because they hype each other up so much. Be great to be part of that team. You can see why, like when they're winning, they gain momentum in tournaments. I think throughout the early stages of the tournament, the reason why I feel like they're here is because they weren't winning enough rounds to really get that going, to get that hype, that LAN feeling going.
Also, you kind of come into this probably, and at a certain point, remember, this is their first time being represented by an organization as well. They've kind of done it on their own up to this point, but now like you've gotten to a point where you're like an upset team at these RMRs, you're an upset, a dangerous team at the early stages of the major. You want to take that next step, and again, it comes back to pressure and how much pressure they put on themselves to take the next step as a team to move forward and be a team that you can kind of count on and rely on to be at the majors each and every time. And I think that nervousness, probably creates an environment that sometimes is tough to get the energy going. And they've always been a team, too, that sort of plays up and down to opposition. They've had some great upsets against very, very strong teams that are very surprising. And they have at times, even in the past RMR, struggled against the lesser teams. And they've admitted they sometimes, they play better when they're going into a game. They play better with pressure. When they're going into a game that they shouldn't win, for whatever reason, it causes them to focus a little bit more, to be a little bit more confident, a little bit stronger. And they've struggled to find that in games where they don't have it already supplied.
It's about finding that level of intensity that they only get from games when their back's against the ropes. And that is every game here in the Last Chance qualifier.
This is disgusting.
I mean, juanflatroo needed that. He gets around the back. He just pushes long. Look at all the space they get from just a straight up simple call. Push long, get control, get behind them. And now it's BetBoom at panic stations. juanflatroo maybe goes a little too far.
That's fine. Like, you had such a jump on it. I don't even mind that. You're still in a super advantage situation. You still have players all over to make sure no flank is going to backstab you. Utility and the choke points. You've got another smoke. You've got another Molotov to chuck out as well. One just goes towards Bank right now, Molotov towards Headshot, no access for the retake for BetBoom, and Guild Eagles just make a perfect call.
Grenade blows open that smoke. The other side is Snopsy, second kill from Chiron. Big lineup though from Scenari once again, and time is ticking. Chiron's life is short, and 12 rounds for Guild Eagles grabbed its map point on Overpass. Everybody from Guild Eagles is feeling it, but remember, this is how the game versus Ecstatic yesterday went. They were up 13-3 on Ancient. They won that first map easily. They moved into the second map. They lost 13-9, and then they got dominated 13-5 on Overpass. So Guild Eagles have shown they can win the first map comfortably and still go on to lose the series. That's something they'll have talked about yesterday and something they'll absolutely want to avoid, as it looks like they're going to grab Overpass here.
Great flashbang from GXX in support as well. 8 chances to close out this first map. They have dominated BetBoom's map pick. They wanted to take it to Overpass, and Guild Eagles have punished them for it. Fighting with 2 FAMAS, an MP9, no kits.
Grenade lands towards Danist. Takes a little bit of health off the top. Guild Eagles heavily committed into the B bomb site. It won't be a B finish here. But the question is, when is that moment that triggers the push? Molotov goes in, utility being dumped upon the bomb site. Guild Eagles changing up some of these CT positions, forcing them out of their spots, making it uncomfortable. BetBoom giving a moment to just readjust. Nafany and Danis double up together. They could swing this on contact. And there's the fight through Graffiti. 1 kill from Nafany. They clear Monster. Now the rest of the attack comes in. Nafany stepping up, keeping his team in the fight for now. Yet to get the bomb down, yet to create the space. But that headshot from Rigon, that is going to pull it back and make this a little more doable for Guild Eagles. Bomb is going to go down on default. GXX goes out to Monster, but juanflatroo is stuck on the plant spot, and Kyron knows that, goes into the fight and wins it. So if it is to be done now, if it's to be closed in a 13-4 fashion, it must be GXX that closes the clutch. Defuse tapped. Oh, he's taking out Sorte. Now it is so comfortable for GXX. He looks cool under pressure, knows Kyron's off it, and now changes his position with a run towards Monster. It's so composed for GXX. He's toying with Kyron, and surely now he's closed it, but Kyron goes back to the headshot, but the lack of kit will cost him. Time works against him, and Guild Eagles walk away with a comfortable overpass first map.
Yeah, strong win statement. Guild Eagles up in the faces of BetBoom right out of the gate. They'd stayed there the whole map, and that is a emphatic victory for Guild Eagles. They take map 1.
Well, BetBoom